So question number 19 says, find an integer to replace the blank so that each trinomial can be factored. So basically what we're looking for are, we need to test the factors of 10. So to get the plus 10 at the end, it has to be from multiplication. So we have to only check the factors of 10. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to assume that this is a plus here. That means that the signs that multiply to the plus 10 is going to be either both positive or negative, and the fact that there's a plus here means that to add to the middle term, it has to be both. They have to both be positive. Okay, so that aside, we need to figure out what are the possibilities, okay, that are going to multiply. Okay, to multiply to this area. Get rid of this. We're going to multiply to an area of 10 and x squared. So we're going to end up with an x squared here, and this is going to be x plus some number, and on this side it's going to be x plus another number. Okay, that's going to be the bracket part of it, and we have to get 10. So the different numbers that we can get to multiply to 10 are going to be 1 and 10. So for A, the x can be we're going to end up with 1x here, 10x here. So the x could be 11x. So that's one answer. Okay, there are other possibilities though, because we could have these numbers multiplying to 10 as 2 times 5. Well, that's going to give us 2x here, 2x here. So that could be possibly 7x as well. Now, those are the only ones because when we try to test other factors, there are no other factors that multiply 10. And if we switch it around into 2 here and 5 here, we just get the same result. Okay, that's still 5 and 2. That's still going to give us the 7. So in this case, the value that the blank could take on is going to be 11 and 7. So we'll do one more here, taking a look at one of the negative ones. So let's take a look at maybe we'll take a look at F as an example. Actually, let's take a look at D as an example here. Okay, so we're going to do D. That's going to be a 9. D is going to be 9. So we're going to end up with y squared. So we need to y times y to this 9, the y squared here, and we need to multiply to negative 12 there. Okay, so first of all, to get a negative, we have to have 1 plus, 1 minus. So maybe I'll just leave this as a plus here and a minus here. Okay, in order to get this negative 12 area, we have to have a plus and a minus. So then now, once we've established that, we can then determine how many different ways can we get negative 12. So one way we can get negative 12 is we can do 1 times 12. And that's going to give us negative 1y, positive 12y. Okay, so that's going to be negative 1y. And so for D, our answers for D, well, that when I add those together, I'm going to end up with positive 11y. So it could be positive 11. Now, unlike the other one, where the pluses are on both sides, when we switch these around, we can end up with a different result. Not hugely different, but slightly different result. Okay, so I want to get rid of that. Okay, so let's just get rid of that. Now, if I switch to 12 and the 1, I get a slightly different result because I'm going to end up with a positive 1y here and a negative 12y here. So when I combine those together, the middle term is going to end up being negative 11y. So I can get plus minus 11. So I'm just going to write that as plus minus 11. And then we can think of the other factors that give us 12. 12 has got a lot of factors, so there's going to be a lot involved here. So I could also have 2 times 6. Okay, that's going to give me plus 6 minus 2y. So that's going to be plus 4y. If I switch these around, I can get negative 6, positive 2. So that's going to give me negative 4y. So then my answer could also be plus or minus 4, based on the 2 and the 6. So then I can test some other factors. The only other factors that multiply to 12 would be 3 and 4. So if I do 3 and 4, okay, I can get minus 3 plus 4 here. So that's going to be plus 4y minus 3y. That means I'm going to end up with positive 1y. But I could also switch them around, so that if I switch them around, I'm going to end up with negative 4y, positive 3y. That's going to give me negative 1y. So then it could also equal plus minus 1. So the possibilities for that blank are going to be plus minus 1, plus minus 4, plus minus 10. And that's different than when we had just a plus in here, because that plus then, in question number A, the plus meant that they're either both plus or both minus. So in this case, we're going to have the plus here, so they end up being both plus, which gave me positive 11x and positive 7.